right, well, welcome back to another episode of the Founders Framework. I'm your host, Santiago. We've got our co-host and producer, R2D2. And today we are with our special guest with AC&B Heating.
Jonathon. JJR A, AC&Heating.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming out, for giving us the time today. You know, appreciate you being out here. This kind of conversation is real simple. It's really just a step into how you got into your business and a little bit of a walkthrough of the pros, the cons, the glory days, the days where you're like, man, this shit could be a lot better, and how you overcome these kind of obstacles. Cool. And then as we kind of get into the conversation, we'll be asking you questions.
We might go back and forth. I might jump in, he might jump in.
But for the most part, it's real simple. It's very very casual, you know. And at the end of the day, we just want to leave a little bit of a meaning.
Cool.
So, Jonathon Flores, yours. How did you get started into this heating company?
So how I got started with getting into the HVAC business, which is AC, or my dad was doing it. So
nice.
He's been doing it at the time when I got started, 21 years, basically my whole life. And how I got started was because I was just in and out of jobs. I used to work at a cabinet place called J-Craft. And man,
what were you doing at J-Craft?
Cabinets.
Okay, so you were installing cabinets.
Well, I was working in a warehouse sanding the cabinets.
Gotcha.
So man, that shit. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
You're
on YouTube, man.
Don't feel like
show your titties, you know.
Don't pull your dick out, but you can do anything.
That's another website.
There you go.
OnlyFans. No, but yeah, man, that shit sucked. Just sanding cabinets all day, basically working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., 12-hour shifts, and it was just shit pay. They didn't want to give me a raise, and I was working there for a little over a year. Then after that, when I wanted my raise, I asked them, can I get my raise? And they were like, yeah, they'll just tell me, yeah, we'll give you your raise. And a couple months went by, and I was like, seeing it in my check every week, I was like, where the hell's my raise? What the fuck's going on? So when that was going on, I just quit, and then pretty much I just talked to my dad and was like, hey, let me, start working with you. And my dad, he's kind of like a hard, stern, like El Salvadorean ass dad, If whoever sees this, if you have a Hispanic Salvadorean dad, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But
hug me, but not too long.
But basically he was like, at first he was like, man, like, okay, but like, don't be a bitch about shit, like, like, don't quit, and it gets tough, and it's hot, and it's long hours, and it's not like a set schedule like how you're used to. And I was like, man, can't get any worse than fucking dealing with sand.
Yeah.
Sanding cabinets and sawdust all day. So
what did they have you doing? So this was your dad's company, or this was a company that your dad was working for?
So my dad was working for a company at the time, and then he would do side jobs like from his proper, his own account. Mm-hmm. Then when I started working with him, at first I started literally like just picking up trash, being a helper, and then just handing him tools, and then just kind of just seeing what everybody was doing. Then he'll have me like, do simple things like tape a duct,
put some pookie on.
Sealing over the boxes and stuff. Then pretty much once we'll do like a new construction house, that's when it's just a lot. It's a tedious thing, but it's like the way we work is it's like we're like ants. Like how ants like they
hierarchy.
Like No, I wouldn't say hierarchy, but they move like
Yeah, you have to move all the equipment.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we just work. I mean, we just grinding and just working, and then pretty much
So
from
you guys doing residentials or more commercials?
we do more residential.
More residential.
So yeah.
So these are the smaller air vents. The
Right.
they come out the restrooms. They go up to the ceiling to the attic.
Yeah, they go straight up to the attic, and yeah. So pretty much he would just have me starting with running ducts. Then
Did you have to map them out, or you just reading plans?
sometimes I have plans, but sometimes we'll have to, like, my dad will have to like figure it out and how to have to see where the duct goes, and I thought that was pretty badass, like, cause
There was no like plans of the house or anything.
yeah,
You just figure it out.
Yeah,
there.
he just figured it out, and in the 2-story house, like for example, like you gotta run a duct from basically from this floor all the way to the attic.
Yeah.
And
So you have to find the chase.
Yeah, find the
and
chase,
then a chase
exactly.
somewhere.
Exactly, and just see how it goes. So I always thought it was pretty badass. Like they just, but he's been doing it for so long. So
Yeah.
but now the same way. Like now I know, okay, like this is how it's gonna go.
Man, how old are you when you started doing this?
21.
21.
I'm 31 right now.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm turning 32 this May. So I'll be doing this going on 11 years.
11 years.
11 years. Yes,
And
sir.
my company, which it started in 2018, and I got my contractor's license because my dad was. Well, we'll get to that. Well, let's go back to.
No, keep going. You're telling us
how you got into it.
Yeah, how I got into it. So that's how I got into it. And then basically, I didn't want to. I wanted to do more like coolers or like big buildings, chillers,
Okay.
stuff.
Nice.
So I went to like
You're talking about 20 ton.
yeah, big old. And I went to college, to HCC, and honestly, I'm gonna just be straight up honest. School is cool, but it's nothing like having hands-on experience.
Of course
And
not, dude.
Yeah, you're
I
right. I have a professional degree in architecture, and Santiago probably knows more about construction than I do.
Yeah.
That is, I can tell you right now that is true.
Yeah.
I
mean, I know that just by just in the few jobs I've had. I'm like, why don't I know this? Like I told you for the for my exams for
you just got to get out into the field. Man.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was blessed with that in that part when, because I had hands-on experience, and then school will just teach you like the technical side.
Yeah, that's the fundamentals.
Yeah, the fundamentals. But man, I had my dad, and then if you work with Hispanic people, if they work with their dads, they always like want you to do it the best way and right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they just on your ass if you the littlest fuck up. So.
See, I feel like in your case it's a lot harder, man, because you guys are doing it's a trade,
right?
So this is a trade specific work. My pops was a hard ass too, but in a different sense, because his company, I work for my dad right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he does his professional services, so it's PM work, CMs, so project managers go on staff augmentation programs or on city work or big like apartment complexes, stuff like that, where they need higher supervision and tracking of costs.
Y'all do public work too, like infrastructure.
We do more public work for our construction division.
Okay.
Yeah, and then our public service, our professional services, we go into every branch.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah,
So
that's K through 12. So that's elementary schools and all that school district stuff. We got stuff with the airport, so aviation. We got stuff with the tollways.
Every single person that
tracks.
I speak to that works on aviation says it's difficult.
Yeah.
Like every trade, every engineer, every architect, every single person, like, I fucking hate this. But it pays well.
Yeah, I heard it does pay well.
Yeah, so like that's kind of how like I know about
like the
putting shit in. Yeah.
I kind of noticed that. But yeah, I would say just being in the field and having hands-on experience is a way better teacher than, I guess, the books, you know.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna remember more from your errors that you make out on the field versus.
Right.
Well, a lot more than that is you're gonna learn how to instruct people the way they know how to do it.
Right.
You know, like my biggest takeaway was when I started working, I was like 14.
Oh yeah.
So I started working blowing insulation in attics, and then from there to pouring concrete and fitting the forms, tying rebar, pulling concrete, and all that. So I learned with the crew. I was never put in a position of power until like I actually knew what I was doing.
Right.
And understanding when I tell people, hey, you need to cut the forms so that you can bend the wood so that the curb can have this shape to it, and they look at you like, how do you know that? Like that's not something they teach you in engineering. That's not something they're going to teach you how to cut the wood to shape it. So no, they're going to teach you how much rebar you're going to need, what type of concrete you're going to need, how much PSI it's going to take to break it, and that's about it.
The limits, the PSI.
Yeah.
It's all calculus limits.
Yeah, they're not gonna tell you, okay, well you need a 2x4 and you need to cut it like this with the line so that you can bend the 2x4 and like, you know. So when I'm talking to people and they're working for me, we're making this path or concrete path or whatever, like that comes a lot more in handy because they trust you.
Yeah.
And they see you like, yeah, you're some young kid, but they trust that you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
because of the way you hold yourself, because you have this hands-on experience, because you understand exactly what's going on.
The experience.
Exactly. And that's something that you don't get in the classroom.
Yeah, in the classroom, exactly.
But it's something that y'all inherited. Like, it was because of y'all's dads.
Parents.
So
yeah.
that's something that the older I get, it's that's a blessing to have.
Exactly.
A lot of people aren't like.
It's the biggest blessing.
I feel like I'm blessed. That's what I'm going to get to.
Early exposures to stuff like experience in engineering, or like, how do I put this? Like, if your dad was a doctor, there's a higher chance that you're going to know a lot more about the healthcare system than someone's parents that weren't working in healthcare. Yeah,
I can tell you right now, though, I know some people right off the bat that the parents are doctors and they some fuck ups.
Hey, but they probably, like, growing up, they knew, like I said, more than the average person about healthcare. Doesn't mean you're gonna be a doctor.
Fair.
I just mean you have an edge versus someone that doesn't.
Yeah, no, I think it's very important. You know, it's very important, especially when you're going to be put in a place of leadership. And that's kind of what I want you to start getting to is how you got put into that place of leadership.
Okay, so basically, like, I had to basically start running, like, from there, and then he would just be, teaching me, like, oh, you gotta do this, this is how, just simple things. And then after a while, I just started getting the hang. It just takes practice, like, you do it daily and consistently, you'll get the hang of it. And then once you start getting the hang of it, it comes like naturally, like, you just
know what to do.
Yeah, you just know what to do. And then, so fast forward, a couple of years go by, right? He tells me, you should get your contractor license. You've been working with another AC company at the time, and maybe he could sign you off. And the man, his name is Billy Davis. He signed off. He signed off my TDLR to get my license, and I sent it to the state of Austin. And they send you a postcard with like a letter, a code, and you go to the website and you put in that code, and then it gives you options where you could get take the test. And
like a testing center?
Yeah, like a testing center. So when that happened, the first time, I'm not gonna lie, I felt it. Yeah, I felt it because I just kind of just wanted to wing it and see what the questions were.
Yeah.
Then the second time, I barely passed, and once all you need is to pass.
Pass, yeah.
So I got a 71.
Hey man, at least you're honest,
I got a 71 out of the 100 points that you need. But hey, This is why I'm here. I'm giving you my experience and how I got to this.
Hey, man, you know what you call a doctor that failed or that got D's in every class?
What do you call him?
A doctor.
A doctor. A doctor, yeah.
C's get degrees. That's what I would always say.
But D's get diplomas.
Oh my God! C's get degrees. D's get diplomas.
C's get diplomas, yeah. But yeah, that's what happened. And I remember when I took the test was in December 30th of 2017. And I called my dad happy as hell. Man.
Oh, really? You felt super accomplished.
Happy as hell. I was like, hey, I passed it. And he thought I was joking. I was like, nah, stop joking. And then I went home and I showed him that it said pass. And he was like, oh, shit, congratulations. It's a good way to, we're going to kick off the new year.
Yeah.
The right way. We're going to call the company JJR. And then we called the company JJR, and then we had to get an LLC.
Yeah.
We had to go to
So what was that process of getting an LLC?
Well, that process to me it was pretty simple because at the time, still to this day, our book guy in taxes, the person that does our taxes, my dad was doing jobs for him already, and he does like custom homes too and stuff. So my dad was already doing jobs, and that's what he's.
Is he like is it like a tax expert or something like that?
Yeah, he actually was Beyonce Knowles' tax.
Hey.
Wait, what? Like a CPA? No,
it's a CPA.
Yeah, I could introduce you.
Okay, yeah. I don't need that yet. He probably does.
Yeah, we're not monetized yet.
Well, to get an interview, to see how.
That is
a good interview. That is a good interview.
Just to keep it keep it going, and basically, we had already told him what our plans wanted to be for 2018, and we were doing work for him in 2017. I think he was building his house at the time, from what I remember. And then he basically was like, yeah, whenever you're ready, we'll get, it's crazy because his sister does like insurance. Mm-hmm. So it was like a 2-for-1.
So you get insured and you get your.
Right, so we got insured and he made the taxes. The business. So that process was pretty simple. He took care of it. And
nice.
He's amazing. Good tax guy. His name is Jose de la Garza. And
Hell yeah.
You're like plugging everybody.
No, yeah, dude, plug in your people, you never know.
Yeah, so that process was simple. So basically, that was like the month of January. And then on February the 2nd, which is my cousin's birthday.
And when did you pass? You passed the test in December. And then January. So the next month, y'all were already setting up the LLC right after you passed.
But yes, but we had tried. We were already in process of. That's what we were gonna do for 2018.
Okay, even if you didn't.
Well, I had to pass the test. Okay. That's why I was trying to pass it before.
Yeah.
The year ended in 2017.
That's why you were really happy because you were.
Because I passed it.
So everything's going to plan.
Basically, yeah, it was that was a plan. There was a plan in place. They wanted to start their own company.
Right.
They needed to get their licensing. I'm assuming your dad's already had a contractor's license.
He didn't. He just had a regular.
Reason.
Yeah, exactly. All the more reason. He just had the regular technician license, and he never.
Yeah.
Well, he never wanted to do the test because English is a second language,
Yeah.
So he would feel I guess he would feel intimidated, but he knows perfect English and knows how to write and speak English and have a conversation. But sometimes the Hispanic community, they just feel a little intimidated.
It's a fear. I know exactly what it is. My mom goes through it all the time. You can't say nothing in English next to her. She'll understand everything, but as soon as she has to go order something, she's like, no speaking English.
Literally, yeah. When I was at the Iron Man, your mom was talking really fast too in Spanish, and I was like, I understood. I was like, yeah. She said it was like really fucking hot out here. I was like, yeah, it's so hot out here. And then I could tell she understood me, but then she just kept speaking in Spanish. I was like, all right.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why he never did it, and then he just gave me the plan to do it, follow through. hopefully we could get it working. And sure enough.
So the year is 2018. You got your freshly licensed. You just opened up your JJR.
LLC.
Who was your first client? How did you guys line that up?
My first client with JJR, the very first check I got with JJR was from a buddy of mine, his uncle. His name was Adam Garcia, and he passed away. R.I.P. to him.
Rest in peace.
He passed away, but he was my very first client with JJR. And we did basically a change out. A change out is just literally just changing out the old system to a new system.
So you have to go in there and rip out all the old existing duct?
Not the ducts, just the system.
Okay.
Just the system.
So just the top?
Just basically the furnace.
So that's the AC machine outside.
Coil and the condenser outside, yeah. Those three things, and we did that, and he wrote me the first check for JJR. I think it was like $5,500 or something like that. Hey. And it said Chase Bank. So immediately we just went to Chase Bank, and that's how we got Bank with Chase.
So what bank do you have? I don't have one.
I literally when I got the first check, we didn't have a bank.
You got your check with the first check before you even have a bank account.
Yeah,
that's honestly, it's probably the best
way to
come up story. Like, yeah, dude, because you have a business plan. How did you get materials, equipment?
My dad. Well, basically, we so when you have a license, you can open up an account like at any basically supply house.
Okay.
So we just go there and just get the material that we need, or the units, the equipment. But there's all different brands like Goodman, Carrier, Train, Lennox. So there's some supply houses that carry all of that, but you have to open up basically an account in every single one of those stores, because everybody's system is a little different.
What's you said supply house? What do you mean like supply house? It's like just like a place where you get like contractors materials.
It's like a warehouse store, but but it's more for industrial equipment.
I've seen them. Yeah, and you can rent like equipment from there too, right?
You can in some supply houses.
Like
at some.
Yeah, I've seen them.
But there are places where like Dozers or Buckos or.
There's one place on 45. They have like giant. If you can see it from the freeway, on like if you're driving south, if you look to your right, they have like a bunch of
45 or 290.
No, 45. Okay. There's probably one on 290 too, but where it's like huge. It looks like a car dealership, but all it is like.
Doggett.
Yeah, I think it is.
The industrial machines.
Yeah.
I thought Doggett was a 4.
They have the dealership next to it.
I got you. Yeah.
They have the heavy machinery and the dealership, but
because they have, like I said, it's like really obvious. You can see like their machinery, and they have it like on incline and decline stuff. And showing, I don't know, it's really good. Okay, Doggett. It's like, is it Doggett? It's like a yellow color, or like orange. Yeah. Because it's like a fall color. Like I just like remember looking like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but there are actual places where you can rent like heavy equipment for the day, for the week, for the month. Like,
and they're called supply houses.
Or that part is more of a rental company.
Yeah, it's a rental. It's like what y'all were saying earlier, Sunbelt.
Yeah, so like I remember I had a hat on the last interview.
Yeah.
Those are the places that you could rent like a scissor lift or a duct jack and
like a generator.
Like literally anything, whatever you need. And sometimes we do use those like a Sunbelt rental or to rent out a scissor lift to do, because we done gyms, we have to hang units from the ceiling, and we need like a scissor lift to basically move with the the spiral sheet metal duct.
Okay, so let's get back to it. So you got your first client. Your first client was Well, was a family or family relative?
He was a friend. That was his uncle, Adam Garcia.
That was the uncle of a friend. He got you guys go and swap out his AC. Assuming at his house.
Yep. That was his house.
And then from there, how do you keep the business growing?
Man, honestly, the word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
Keep hearing that.
So what was the gap between the first client and the second client?
Like, how long did it take you to get that second client? Was it immediate or it took a couple?
Yeah, we already have cause I'm co-owner with my dad, and my dad already been doing, like I said,
forever.
at the time, 20.
He just knows people because he's so old.
Yeah, so he already had his clientele.
Mm-hmm.
He already had like the schedule for 2 weeks already booked, and then Adam Garcia, like Mr. Adam, he was my first, like, I guess you could say, client that I brought into the company, and then he just referred like to his neighbors and to his workers when he used to work at Home Depot, and I would just get little calls like that, and for example, before we came to do this interview, I got a phone call.
Yeah.
And literally somebody called me today and said, hey, my heater's not working. And I was like, okay, just send me your address. I can see if I can make it later today, if not tomorrow in the morning. And he's like, no, I understand, it's Sunday. Like, so sometimes you just got to talk to them clear. And
Exactly. You got to set that expectation.
Right.
And deliver.
But yeah, just like that. They just random people, they just pass my number and they just call me and say, hey, my AC or heater's fucking up.
Yeah.
I heard you're.
So you never really had to worry about getting business from the get go. Like
No.
from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, not from the beginning because
that's never been an issue, or that has been.
Like, has there been slow?
Oh yeah, they're slow. Yeah, I was about to get to that. Like right now, this winter is technically our slow season, right? But this past year, 2025, 2026 season, I guess you would call it, it's probably been one of the slowest years that I've been in since I started working with my dad.
Really? Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Economy. That's how I feel. Economy. I feel like nobody wants to spend. I just feel like the economy is just hard times right now. And it's just not us. I feel like it's a lot of people that have been slowing down in the construction field. So.
Yeah, and we got a pretty mild climate down here. It's not like you need
you definitely need AC in the summer.
Yeah, the summertime is popping. Like
or buy a bunch of fans.
Yeah,
I went 2 summers without
Central AC.
Yeah, we just had the windows open all day. Had a bunch of fans.
Man.
Brutal.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't imagine brutal.
You'll survive, but like I said,
they burnt you, bro. Yeah, he used to be really white.
just for the record. That's what happened those 2 summers.
And they toasted me, man. I never recovered. It was fucking.
You shaved off the crispy parts, but
I adapted. My body just melanin. There's a funny book about that. A journalist taking like melanin pills, acting like he's black, but that's a whole other stuff.
Back to the topic.
Yeah. Back to.
I think it's slow seasons, and I think this year, like I said, this past 2025, this year just kicked off. It's been okay steady, but I think this 2025 was probably our slowest. The slowest I've definitely experienced, and the slowest in our business.
And how do you plan to handle slow seasons?
So how do I plan?
How do you plan around slow seasons? Because clearly bills still got to be paid. There's still some constants that have to be going on day in, day out. I don't know if you got a backlog with supply houses, but you got to pay materials regardless.
So with that, we try to keep everything paid off, so we don't have nothing, coming back. Yeah, like in debt or nothing, and then to keep basically my guys busy. I get at least like 2 calls a day. So is always an opportunity to.
But does each call translate to a job?
Sometimes no, but sometimes you gotta take that. You have to go because you have to basically see what's going on with their HVAC system, or it might be something as simple as a flame sensor. Or it might be something as big as they want the whole AC redone.
Yeah.
So
you just gotta go and see.
Exactly. You just have to go see and.
So you kind of touched something that I want to touch on. When you started this company with your dad, how many employees did you guys have? What was the size of your crew?
So my dad already has basically. When my dad started, it was me. Well, when we started this company, my dad already had his crew. He had him and two other guys. Then when I came along, it was 4 of us. My dad, me, and the two other guys. And those 2 guys been working with my dad since I was like a little kid.
Okay.
They've been with him like forever.
Like 1993.
Since 2003, something like that, you know. But they've been loyal to my dad, and man, I greatly appreciate them too, because they're still with me. And my dad, basically he retired.
Yeah. But
to answer your question, at the time we started with, he had 2 people, 3, 4 with me, and then once I started building my clientele and getting jobs, and we had to bring basically more people in. So at the time he'll have him and his 2 guys, then it'll be me and my uncle and another worker.
So how do you know who to bring on and who not to bring on?
Is it just by the job? Or like
So
how many guys total do you guys have right now?
4, 5, yeah.
Okay.
But basically, okay, so in the summertime, I'll say it like this. In the summertime, it's super busy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's sometimes we have to do 2, 3 jobs. 2 big jobs a day. Either like my at the time, my dad's crew or my crew. So my dad would do 2 big change outs, the whole furnace coil condenser. Then I would get my crew and do the furnace coil condenser. Then we'll have another, as soon as we'll be done with that one, we'll have another job, furnace coil and condenser, and it would just be, sometimes it's up to like 3 crews where I'll have to take my brother and he'll have to bring another 2 guys. But basically all the guys, they know what to do. It's pretty simple. Like once you get the hang of it and do this every day, like it's
some sort. It's routine.
It's routine.
Like, yeah.
It's like somebody making a coffee, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you bring somebody on board, they already know what they're doing.
Yeah, basically, all the guys that we usually hire, it's because they've been referred to to come work with us. There has been like my brother's brother-in-law. He wanted to get, well, he's actually in working for a different company now doing HVAC, but sometimes you have to start like that when we get some like somebody that doesn't know nothing at all.
Yeah.
And we bring them in and
train them.
Yeah, train them, and it's a little harder in the summertime because
you got so much going on.
Right, there's so much.
And they have to be on point.
Yeah.
You gotta be
exactly.
in and out.
So it's a little harder because when you're in an attic, think of it like this: it's like you're in a sauna.
Yeah.
And it's like 140 plus degrees up there, and you're like, you know, I don't have to tell my guys like, oh, do this. They already like know what to do.
You're not micromanaging.
Right. But like if I were to have like for example,
a new guy.
Yeah, a new guy, and if he wants to walk the attic, he got to know where to step and the joists so he don't fall through the sheetrock.
Yeah.
Like it's just a lot of
because you got shingle nails coming in.
Right. It's just a lot of we're moving too fast for me to explain to him what I had to do.
To watch someone.
All the little nuances, you know. So what kind of safety things do you guys got to go over?
So basically, safety. Learn how to walk the joists. And let's say if you do fall through, it happens. Shit happens. If you do fall through, just make sure you're okay. If you feel like you're hurt, man, just
off to the side.
Yeah, just stand off. And man, if you know, God forbid, if we have to take you to the hospital, we'll have to take you to the hospital. But that has not happened. But I have seen homeowners where they see us just maneuvering, like we just doesn't know what to do. It's like robots. We're like robots. We just know what to do.
Like ants.
Like ants, yeah. Like, you know, like, because the ants, like, they know how to, like, you know.
That's what you meant, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Now
they're in a line.
Yeah, now
moving the leaves.
Yeah.
Well, I took it as, like, you know, they got to pick up some heavy ass equipment.
Yeah.
So,
Ants are strong as fuck.
They're
picking up, like, rocks and shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes the unit does be heavy, but yeah, I've seen homeowners fall and.
Wait, from how high?
From, like.
Oh, dude, it's a. You know,
there be high houses
like from
ceilings.
God.
Like
I'm like thinking from the roof, like
from the attic. Basically, like a high ceiling home is typically like between 9 and 11 feet.
Oh, have you ever worked in like a house that had like a double height space with like 3 stories and the ceiling, like they have, you know, those townhomes where they have like a living room and they have like a mezzanine around it, like on the 2nd floor, and then the 3rd floor they have like the ceiling. It's like the ceiling's not like this. It's like actually 3 stories, like you said, like fucking tall as hell.
Oh, like yeah,
like where it's like a giant atrium or something. Like, have you worked on? Yeah, like a house like that where and has someone fallen from?
No,
like that. Okay, that's what I was thinking of when you said there's high ceilings. I was like, man. Then I thought of that in my head.
Well, yeah, I've seen homeowners. Yeah, like I said, they fall and because they don't like, you know.
Yeah, they don't understand, like, hey, that
get out the
sheetrock
way,
is
or?
this thick.
Yeah.
You know, that sheetrock, it seems hard at first, but as soon as you step on it, it breaks real easy.
And it's so fast.
Yeah.
So fast. Seen it happen so many times.
So have you seen someone actually fall through the
ceiling? I've seen somebody fall through the roof. Yeah. I was blowing insulation, so all that pink stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going in there with a big old hose, and at the time I was real young, so they didn't want me in the attic the whole time.
Right, exactly.
So they
breathing in all that shit as a little kid.
Yeah,
your lungs never fully grow.
No, dude, that's pure fiberglass.
I know.
So it's
scars your lungs.
Like what he was saying, it's super hot in the summer. So you're in there with maybe a mask, maybe not a mask, or a respirator.
But your preference.
Yeah. So it's like, I had a respirator, but then I get these really bad fiberglass irritation.
Yeah. Dude.
But one time I saw this guy. He was probably like 200 pounds, man. He was part of my crew, and I couldn't get to a certain space. I was like, hey man, I need you to. So he walks up, and he's standing between the 2 beams. He misplaced his foot, and it just fell straight through the
sheetrock.
Through the sheetrock.
Through the sheetrock, and he landed right in the kitchen, just all over the kitchen table. Yeah, it was like a 12-foot drop.
That's crazy.
He was a big guy.
Did he break anything?
Almost broke the table. Yeah, but he was fine.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. I'm telling you, like, when you see it, it's so fast. It's like,
oh, dude, it's just
yeah, like, dude, like, it's crazy.
No bouncing off the floor, just a thud.
But yeah, I would say, man, just luckily my guys, they just know how to maneuver, and if something like that would happen, like, I care about their safety and don't want them to. If they don't feel comfortable, don't do it.
Yeah.
So, what are your plans to scale the operation? What do you see yourself doing in 5 years?
In 5 years, I just want to keep on my business growing. I do want to market more like online because I see a lot of companies. That's what it's going to.
Like social media, or specifically just like a website on the internet?
More like social media. I feel like these days.
Huge.
Yeah.
These days, a lot of people are doing content.
Yeah.
Like TikTok or something.
Like TikTok. Yeah.
Or
Like
Instagram
TikTok,
Reels.
like Instagram Reels. So I got the Meta Rays. the metal Oakleys, and lately I've been recording.
I know. I've been seeing on your stories, but what the heck? He's like just like working, and I see him like working and stuff. POV, you going in your car and shit. Like what the heck?
A POV, yeah. So I do want to get into that and just have like a bunch of content, and I guess I do want to make things where it's like clickbait. You know, say certain things where they were like, oh, let me just see what he's up to. Let me just click on it just to get the attention, and then just promote the business. And
I don't know. Your HVAC guy is like full of shit. Like that's the title. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'd be clicking on that stuff. Man.
There you go. You got
like 10 signs your personal trainer is full of it.
And then it actually gives you like good.
They do give good tips. They
give you good tips.
I saw one where it said 10 signs you're in a Mick dojo or something like that. Oh. And it said if the guy has like a bunch of tattoos or like a stupid haircut and just like yells all the time, was just like typical meathead is who he was like describing. And then the comments were like, okay, so basically you.
Yeah, comments be frying. I can't.
Yeah, comments are funny. People will fry you on the internet.
Yeah, that's what I want to do within the next. Probably I'm gonna get into that this year.
So, do you see yourself going in and installing them personally, or being more in charge of business development?
And within the next 5 years,
yeah.
I feel like still going. I'm young. I'm only 30, about to be 32 years old. I feel like I'm young. I could do it until I can't do it. I feel like that's what keeps me young. That's what keeps a lot of people young. It's just doing it. Have you ever seen like those people that retire and they just get old?
They just die.
Yeah. They just get old quick. And
I know.
So I've seen a lot of people. There's people that are 65 years old that still own the company. They done a lot good things with their lives, and they've been blessed with the business they got,
and they stay active, and
they're still.
Well, it's because they're doing what they like.
Exactly.
Yeah. A lot of people just do what they keeps them surviving.
You say you're doing what you like.
I like what I do. I like what I do. It's fun.
Growing up, did you like I want to do what my dad does, or like did you ever have another thing that was you were curious about instead of what your dad did? Not saying that you really want to do it, you were just curious about it. Like, I could see myself doing that.
When I was young, I didn't know or didn't care because what my dad did. Of course, I always looked at my dad like he's Superman, like a superhero. And when I would see him come tired and beat from work, I would just think like, damn, he just fucking. At the time, I don't know why. He just built a fucking house. And like, but he built this whole neighborhood. Yeah, he was just doing the AC.
He built it with his bare hands.
I was proud of that. But
that's great.
I didn't know that he was just doing the AC, and then I was like, oh damn, it's an essential. Like it's Texas, it's hot as hell. Like you do this. So. Once I was getting, I guess, no, when I was younger, I didn't think I was going to do this.
You're just like, I see my dad, he's my hero, he looks happy, let's just keep it going.
Say happy, but say happy, coming home from a long day, hot ass attic,
Not happy, but you were like, hey, I like doing it.
Yeah, my dad's my dad. He I know how he is, and he's my pops, man. He's a good man at the end of the day. But
at the end of the day, dude, he brought you guys here.
Yeah,
he's provided. He's going out, working, all day in, day out.
Exactly.
He could be doing anything else.
When I was younger, I guess I don't want to say I took it for granted, but now like I'm doing what he does, and I'll be like, damn, no wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder you would whoop my ass.
No wonder. When he got,
I'm not doing my homework. I'm talking back to my mom. Like,
he did not want to hear none of that shit. Like, and I understand now. Like, I get it. Like, man, imagine you having a long day, and there's sometimes smooth days, and there's days that don't go the way how you want it.
Yeah.
So, and those days, those long days that don't go how you want it, man, they it gets irritating. And like you said, you're in an attic. It's hot as hell. You're dealing with insulation, and a guy might have fell through a sheetrock, so your day's already shit.
Yeah.
And then you get home and Junior over here is fucking cursing out the teacher at school. You know, like.
Yeah, so now I gotta deal with this.
Yeah, now I gotta do it. Like, you
gotta take time off of work. Gotta go to the school.
Exactly. So, as a man, I understand, man. But
did you ever want to? How do I put this? Like, would you be doing it different if you said you'd be doing this because mainly your dad, but if you were starting the company on your own without any connections from your dad, without any, like, let's say your dad was a nurse, I don't know, some completely way different, right? Yeah, and you were like, I'm just gonna get into HVAC because I want to. Would you be doing it different than you are now?
Yeah, I think I'll work for a company
first.
Yeah,
to build that network.
Exactly.
Okay, so you feel like you skipped that step because you kind of already had
my dad
network because your dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, I skipped through that, and
so to piggyback off of that is, what would you say to someone who wants to get involved, has no idea, has no skills, has no connections? What would they do first to get involved in the HVAC system?
So I would say there's two ways how you could go about it. You could either go to like a trade school,
okay,
which I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't recommend because it's just.
My question is, what do you recommend?
Oh man, try
just start working.
How would you tell someone?
How would I tell somebody? Try to find a mom and pop shop where they actually like a small company, where they need like either like a helper or some like whatever. Just try to get your foot in an AC company, and you could just start off by just picking up the trash and then slowly move up until they have you like working with a technician or working installing, and then once you get the hang of it, you're just gonna get the hang of it. But I would say to start off, look for a mom and pop shop, a small company.
Okay. How many years do you think it would take to like, I don't know, what's the career progression after that? I don't know. Like, when you start working there, what would be the next promotion or like getting
I think it's just all depends on the person you are, like your hustle, and if you gotta show that you want to learn more, and you gotta show that you want to work and not be lazy. Basically, just not be lazy.
Yeah.
Like at least try. That's all. That's the best thing you could do, is just try. And when somebody sees that you tried, they're gonna give you a chance because at least you're trying.
And they're gonna tell you these are the pathways you could take.
Yeah, you just get more opportunities when it happens.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're gonna need you. Eventually, in the summertime, a company's gonna get so busy. You have to.
They're gonna need you.
Yeah, you have to. Like, they're gonna tell you
go out to here.
Yep, it's time to shine.
Time to shine. It's time to shine.
It's time to shine.
You're just there picking up trash. The guy comes.
Yeah,
hey, it's time to shine. It's time to shine.
He goes and he grabs the broom and he's like, all right.
It's like that Kanye was in his song Gold Digger, this week he's mopping floors, next week it's the fries, when he's talking about a scrub that works at McDonald's.
Yeah,
you don't remember that lyric?
Bro, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, when that song Gold Digger, he says, that's the lyric. He says, because he's talking about a guy that's just working at a shitty like dead end job. It's like, this week he's mopping, he's like, your guy's a real big guy, right? Got a career going on. He says this week he's mopping floors, and next week it's the fries. Like, that's
all right, everybody, and that's the show.
Hey, I go off, but I make sense sometimes. You know, I just need a translator. But
you gotta clip it.
Yeah, clip it. Yeah.
You gotta clip the lyrics.
Everyone's gonna click off when I start talking. But okay, so you would say to recommend someone go to mom and pop place, just start working there, just get the ball rolling. You're not really big on school. Okay. So
I would say that's like the best way, because I'm the type of person that likes hands-on experience.
Mm-hmm.
I I can't just stay in a classroom and hear lectures.
And do you think some?
I feel like there's different learners, and I'm a hands-on.
You're a hands-on guy. That's what I was gonna ask.
So what would you say are the biggest pros and the biggest cons of your business?
Money is the biggest pros.
The money.
Like getting paid money or not having enough to run it, or
No.
What do you mean?
He's saying he's getting paid well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pro.
That's a pro.
That's a pro. Okay.
it's always a pro.
It's always a pro.
Always a pro.
It's always a pro. And the biggest con, sometimes you gotta deal with the bullshit, man.
What kind of bullshit you doing?
Shit don't go your way. Customer might be so nitpicky, or I don't know, they're just so difficult to deal with, you know. It could be anything from a hot ass day to I feel like that is like the cons, just dealing with the heat. And then you gotta remember, you gotta do it for a whole summer. And in Texas, summer 9 months out of the 12.
Yeah.
It's hot. And
Yeah.
somebody, it's hot.
It is
Somebody's,
I gotta put it 9 months out of 12. It's hot as fuck.
somebody's constantly calling you every day to go, and you're just doing it and doing it and doing it. And you get tired, like, from just going up and down stairs, just being in a weird position, like, you know, in an attic, 'cause it's not like the biggest, it's not like in a room. Sometimes you gotta crawl to the AC, and it's called a catwalk, you know. So it gets tough sometimes, but you have to remember that the pros is the money, you know. You do it.
What's the size of your organization right now?
My size?
Yeah, your capacity,
Like, what do you mean?
revenue wise.
Revenue
You could
wise,
say something like 6 figures, 7 figures, 8. I don't know if it's right there.
7 figures.
7 figures.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's a pro.
That's,
Now we get back to saying pro.
that's the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now if you break it down, like with overhead, material,
Yeah.
equipment, gas, like...
So net profit.
Yeah. What's
all my guys are making like over 6 figures.
okay? That's pretty good.
Or just
So-
right
so-
above it,
So if you're paying your
Like,
guys hourly or
daily.
daily?
And sometimes
Damn.
when we do 2 jobs a day for summertime, they get 2 days,
They get paid twice a day.
twice a day
So you pay them per job.
per job.
So they're not W-2s, they're 1099s.
1099, yes sir.
Okay.
Yes sir, 1099.
So really, you don't have employees, you have contractors.
Contractors, yes.
That's why earlier when you said, "How do you hire guys?" I
And
said,
he's not hiring everybody.
Well, you said hire, and I was, I said, I asked by the job, but then you kept talking, and I was thinking, did you mean employee or like a contractor?
Contractor.
So it is like that's why you said it depends. Like on we'll get a job, and then I'll call a guy and say
Yeah.
okay. And especially if they're getting paid. It sounds like they're getting paid pretty well. Then, like, I understand. Like, okay,
Yeah, no,
I'm just
yeah, 'cause you have to
gonna
price
do
the
this
job.
job
The
today.
proof is in the pudding.
So
Yeah.
when do you receive payment from your client? Is it also daily or is that
Also daily, when the job is done,
When
or
the job is done.
there's, I would say, bigger companies, like, you know, sometimes they do like a net 30 or
Yeah. So that's the world I'm coming from. I'm coming from a net 30, net 60, sometimes
Yeah.
a net 90 style of work. You know. So
but from what I heard, you have like you're
Yeah.
massive, you're big.
well, I wouldn't say massive, but we're definitely growing. And
Yeah.
We've been a strong presence in the Houston area for about the last 20 years.
Yeah, you see, that's my goal. I want to be.
So those are the type of questions I was asking earlier. Was where do you see yourself in 5 years? So do you see yourself working, putting the actual system in place, or do you see yourself going and procuring business and getting more jobs for your guys, so you can hire people and pay them what's called a salary,
Right.
and so you don't have to pay them by the job. You say, hey, I need you to go do this house, this house, this house, and then I'll give you based on your hourly worked. You gave me a timesheet, and then I'll pay you an hourly wage. So I'm saving myself costs, but then you're also providing them health insurance, you're
Right.
providing them benefits, PTO. It becomes more of a structure, more of an organization.
With cash flow versus by the job.
But never mind the cash flow. It becomes more of an organization based on the structure, based on how you're running it. It's not just, hey, I'm gonna go get somebody that needs some work. I go in there, I check it out, I price it. They tell me yes. It's more structured. It's more. I'm gonna send a bid to Harris County because they have a bid. They have a new.
Versus, you're saying versus like less of a playing it by ear, day by day.
Yeah. So so Harris County sets out like, hey, we're gonna open up an auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's auditoriums, a swimming pool. We're gonna need HVAC and all these kind of systems in here. And then you submit a bid.
Mm-hmm.
You say, hey, I can do this for this price.
But you're talking about like having a system for everything, like a system for procuring clients, a system for.
No.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about an organizational structure.
An actual hierarchy
the
of
way you run the company.
Of who's telling who to do what and who's doing what.
Just give me a second. Yeah. So it's not. That's the minutia. That's the smaller part. The actual fundamental is, how do I get more clients? What do I need to remove myself from being in the weeds, so that I can be free, keep the organization running, go get more clients, feed the company. The company then pays out everyone.
So can I say something? So you mean like he's working on the business, not he's like working in it. Like
Exactly.
Making it more efficient.
Exactly.
But what would that step? Because y'all are like kind of like opposites. He's kind of like doing a day by day with like 4 people, and y'all are bigger.
Y'all are like way
where would that?
So
would you tell him like? Do you have to have that mindset of organization from the beginning to start structuring it like that, or what's the most important? No. Is there like a jump?
The important part is to start thinking about it. To start
Okay.
thinking about that role development.
Right.
So you become less of right now you're a foreman.
Right.
You're a foreman, owner, operator, CEO, but
Like a solopreneur.
solopreneur essentially.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is it puts you in the owner's position. You're fully in charge, but then you delegate responsibilities. Hey, you're gonna go and sell.
Versus being a part of the.
You're gonna go and sell door to door. You're gonna go and install. You're gonna be my technician. You're gonna be my salesman. You're gonna be my supplier. You're gonna go and have a vendor relationship with the supply house. So we're gonna call you and say, hey, we need. We need. I don't know how you would measure your HVAC systems. I don't know if that's in linear feet or cubic.
The load, right?
Square feet.
Square feet. So, hey, I need 200 square feet, of duct, and then get me a condenser for the outside. And then they go and they're like, okay, cool. They talk to the guys, hey, we can price it for this much. Okay, so then you talk to your salesman, how much did you sell the job for? Oh, I sold it for $5,000. Okay, so now I know I'm making at least 30% on my margin.
Right.
So now I can go and say, okay, I go online to like Zipcast or something where they post public.
Wait, what's it called?
Zipcast. It's a website where municipalities will post jobs.
Oh, that you can bid on.
That you can bid on. Then you go and you click, then you can sort by trade. So sometimes you'll be the lead trade contractor, or sometimes you can work as a sub for a bigger GC. And those projects, dude, you're not talking $4 or $5 grand. You're talking $100, $200, maybe $300,000, depending on what you're doing.
Right.
And that's for one job. But that's how you have to. That's the idea of structuring for giant growth, to become.
Yeah, but what you're talking about. So like you said, the important thing is to think about it. Like that's like the first step,
Yeah.
Not just like kind of. How do I put this? Like be routine, and then like a year goes by.
That doesn't have to do. Time flies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So think about it. But like, what is like? Do y'all do like? I assume y'all do like projections of what the company is going to do this year, when we have like a backlog of stuff.
Of course.
But and then like you would take like steps to try to get there. Like I want to do this much revenue, hire 1 or 2 people this year.
So
but what?
That is exactly correct. Look, I have a goal to get $10 million by just being thrown a number.
Yeah.
I have a goal to be $10 million by 2020, by the end of 2026. To get there, I have to look at where I am now. If I'm at 5 million, growth by 150% is very very difficult.
That's insane.
It's insane. So depending on where you are, yet you can tack on maybe 15-20% and play it, and that's a comfortable growth. 30% is a stretch.
What's realistic growth, like 10 to 15?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, 10 to 15, 10 to 15. That's a solid growth. That's a healthy company. More than that, you're doing good. Too much, you're at risk of collapse.
Or because of not being able to manage,
Because you're not going to be able to manage.
Right.
You're going to take on too much too soon, and and you're not going to be able to afford to be at that level.
But so you said the structure of a company. Does that like depending on the trade, would that be different? Like where would he or someone in HVAC be looking like if they have 5 guys, 7 guys, and they want to get to like 15, 20? Would they look at like you said when starting out? That you worked for another company, would they just look and like kind of simulate other bigger companies they worked for, or like how would you just go about it? It's just
everybody. Everyone has a method to their own madness.
Just as long as they're thinking about it, creating some sort of organization.
Yeah, it's some type of. So look, you even have different types of organizations. You have hierarchical pyramid types. You have matrix types. You have cylindrical types. You have one where you have a board of directors where they're the ones who are
going to corporate.
Yeah, so it's a corporate structure, and then you have different ways of doing business. The important thing is to understand where you are and where you want to be. Hell, if you don't want to be, if you're more than happy being the owner operator, do that. That's your bread and butter.
Right.
You're gonna be doing great. If your vision is for something more, you can always go for more.
Yeah. Sounds like you're kind of happy where you are. You want to grow a little bit, but not dude, like have an enterprise.
No, dude. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, what he's doing right now is 400 times more than what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
Okay? He's the owner. He is on a page that is beyond what we're even touching, right? Because he's betting on himself. He's bet on himself since 2018.
Yeah.
We're just doing this.
Since you made that 71 on the test.
Yeah, since you made that 71, dude, like that
I'm all in.
I'm all in.
What's 71?
Exactly.
That's better than 71. Hey.
That's what I'm saying.
That's better than 70.
Yeah.
Hey man, D's get degrees.
My God, D's get degrees. Depends on the program, man.
It's all I'm trying to talk about is how to frame it.
Yeah.
To where you can position yourself to be on a page that you couldn't even imagine, right? That's because that's where I want to be. But I don't have that technical skill. I don't have a specific trade skill. I don't have something where I'm like, oh, you know what? I can go and sell my skills, to the next. But like, I don't have that capacity. What I have is an ability and an insight. I have a very strong insight on how businesses work and operate. Why? Because my dad is a fucking guru and he's a badass motherfucker. That's why, so I get to work with him day in, day out, I work with this guy named Issa, and Issa is, dude, he's a mob boss, bro. He's not, I don't know literally, but he's just the hardest 70-some-year-old, still knock out anybody with one punch.
Yeah.
Like he's, like, I get to be surrounded with giants of enterprise, So I get that insight where when I'm talking to a CEO, I can be like, hey, how are you doing it? How are you doing it this way? That's why the framework of this conversation, the framework of this podcast is that.
Yeah.
Is to talk about where we are, how we can do it better, and where we can end up. And for someone who doesn't even have an idea of what they're doing, how do they get into an HVAC system? Oh, well, you can go to trade school, or you can go and hit up a mom and pop shop. How do I already have a skill, how do I develop? Okay, we get a license from the TDLR, and then you get an LLC, and if you need somebody, we plugged in that guy already.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what this conversation is about. So that when we're looking back on this, in 10 years, be like, oh shit, well, I followed these guys' advice, or,
Yeah.
or I saw some badass shit here, and dude, that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
I
agree.
And Jonathan, thank you so much for your time.
No,
Yeah,
I appreciate
thanks,
y'all.
Jonathan.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, brother.
That was the second episode of Founders Framework, and we'll see y'all next time, guys.
All right. Hey, any closing remarks?
Yeah.
Closing remarks.
Cool, short and sweet.
All right.